Hey everyone, I'm here with your friendly reminder that the high road is closed. Today I want to talk about something that's a little closer than DC. It is my home state of California, where I have to say that the only thing I have in common with someone who voted for Donald Trump is we both hate Gavin Newsom. I've never liked Gavin. I've met him a couple of times, and he is one of those guys who, instead of looking at you, he is looking over your shoulder to see who is more important he should be talking to. I've never supported him in his primary and the primary elections, but I voted for him both times in the general elections because I'm not insane, and the people running against him in the general were. I cannot like someone and still vote for them knowing they will do less damage to our state than the other guy. I don't think it's any secret that Newsom is going to be running for president in a couple of years, which is why I am absolutely fucking baffled that he decided to launch a podcast that would feature prominent Trump world figures for a discussion. First up in this unhinged lunacy is Charlie Kirk, trust fund potato who's gotten rich peddling fake news and conspiracy theories, or gotten even more rich. He uses the phrase DEI as a code for the N-word and believes that culture war issues like trans athletes or pronouns are as dangerous as actual war, some of which Newsom agreed with. Newsom is quoted as saying, "We already know that our disagreements are with MAGA movement. I want to understand what the motivations are, the legitimacy of those motivations, and just really understand where people are coming from. They are influential. They explain things in more ways on days about what's going on. I don't even understand what that." And this is a direct quote. "And if we're not trying to understand their motivations, we will be victims of their motivations." If he doesn't know what their motivations are, then he has not been paying attention and has no business even thinking about running for president. This is insanity. One, none of the CPAC crew, who is where he's picking his guests, are ever going to vote for Newsom. This is actually one of the weird talking points of some Democrats, that we are ignoring half the country. We are not. The Harris-Walz campaign ran the most aggressive outreach to moderates, to independents, to non-Trump supporting Republicans in my lifetime. And I've worked in politics a long time. She spent more time in the south middle of this country than she did in California on the West Coast. She campaigned with Liz Cheney. Come on. That the governor of California would give someone like Kirk time and validation on his platform makes me want to throw up, and I am not alone. Attorney Max Kennerly wrote on Blue Sky, "People like him are the past, the failures, the ones who got us here." The first guest on Gavin Newsom's podcast was Charlie Kirk, and that is more than enough for me to say absolutely not to any suggestion Newsom play any role in the future of Democratic politics. Journalist Ian Boudreau, stated, "Impenetrable for me that Gavin Newsom was making his debut podcast episode a talk with Charlie Kirk. It makes you realize that another person's mind is just always going to be a locked door to you, a total mystery." Center for International Policy Chief Kelsey Atherton said that Newsom would have to put down the Bell riots with tanks and napalm. I could tell you that much. This lost me. I didn't know where this quote came from, but apparently it's a reference to a Deep Space Nine episode about a fictional civil disturbance that took place in 2024 in San Francisco. So I'm assuming it was bad. The criticism of Newsom, apparently just got worse. During the episode, the governor asked Kirk to give him advice for his party while also agreeing with the ultra-conservative activists that Democrats weren't in the wrong when it came to protecting trans athletes in sports. This is, again, a direct quote from Newsom. "I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that." He's speaking to Kirk. "It is an issue of fairness. It's deeply unfair." What? Newsom, who has long touted his LGBTQ advocacy, declared, "I'm not wrestling with the fairness issue. I totally agree with you. They were able to weaponize that issue at another level." And when Kirk got upset about the phrase weaponize, Newsom changed it to highlight. I don't know what the fuck this strategy is, but to quote Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, "What kind of fucking nightmare is this? And will someone please wake me the hell up?" Democrats, we gotta find someone else to run for president, not Newsom.